Welcome to the world era of boxing. In this edition, you will see selected legendary fights from 1974 to 1980 of the greatest Muhammad Ali at the end of his career. How brutally Larry Holmes beat Muhammad Ali in 1980. The story of Mike Tyson's childhood and early professional career. Tyson meets in the ring with Larry Holmes after 8 years. And Tyson meeting Muhammad Ali on TV after defeating Larry Holmes. Now, let's get down to business. These are the last fights in the era of the greatest. Muhammad Ali, whose real name is Cassius Marcellus Clay, is a boxing legend.
You all looking so scared. Act like you're going to funeral. I'm the one fighting. George Foreman. You didn't believe in all that stuff you've been reading about how hard he is. George Foreman knocked down Joe Frazier. He destroyed the kid. When you get out here, if you're afraid, just smile. Just act like you're happy. I'm not going to win the fight if I went out thinking like you. Damn George Foreman.
His motto, flutter like a butterfly, sting like a bee, defined the course of the sport for many years to come, and became the basis for millions of trainers and boxers around the world. Muhammad Ali was not just a boxer. He is a man who during his career had 61 fights and achieved victory in 56 of them.
October 1st, 1975, the last historic confrontation between Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali, the largest closed-circuit TV audience in history, was treated to one of the greatest fights in heavyweight history.
1977, at the Madison Square Garden, Ali had a strong fight with Ernie Shavers, in which Muhammad won on points, but during the fight had suffered the occasional strong hit to the head. After this fight, Dr. Pacheco told Ali, "You will die if you continue your career," and begged him to retire from boxing due to his health. But the champion refused.
I must be the greatest.
His wife and the leader of the Nation of Islam, Wallace Muhammad, asking him to persuade Ali to end his career. Receiving no answer, the doctor left Ali's team. 1978, Leon Spinks defeats Muhammad Ali to become the WBC and WBA world champion. But Muhammad does not give up.
I predict this camera to everybody watching this fight, and if I'm not telling the truth, you can play this thing over and show it to the public. Make me look like a fool. I will destroy Spinks.
During a rematch on September 15th the same year, the greatest beats Spinks on points and becomes a three-time world champion.
Champion, Muhammad Ali! Muhammad Ali, the new champion. Well, I want to tell you,
I told you, I'm the real champion. I told you, I'm the champion of the world. All of you know, all of our critics call, all of you suckers who write the ratings and the
Then the era of Muhammad Ali ended. A new world champion ascended to the throne, his former sparring partner, Larry Holmes. Larry first made a name for himself in March of 1978, when he defeated Ernie Shavers by unanimous decision, becoming a contender for the WBC title. After 4 months, Holmes won this title in a duel with Ken Norton.
What do you think you do with Muhammad Ali?
Muhammad Ali is no question about Muhammad Ali anymore. There is no more Muhammad Ali. There's only one, Larry Holmes.
On October 2nd, 1980, Holmes defended his title against Muhammad Ali. 3 months before the battle, Muhammad was examined by a doctor. His results were kept secret for a long time. But it was later revealed that by this point, Ali could barely lift his arm to touch the tip of his nose, could barely stand on one leg, and his speech was difficult. Unfortunately, his Parkinson's disease had progressed.
That he had
the fight.
When he met Holmes in the ring, Ali shouted, "I am your master and your teacher. You owe me everything you have achieved." The fight had not started yet, but Muhammad had 0 rounds left. The round was over, and Muhammad Ali, sitting on a stool in his corner, already knew what the whole world would soon realize, that his best shape in years was nothing more than a clever fake. Ali was like a sports car without an engine. Muhammad realized at that moment that his career, which began so brilliantly 20 years ago at the Olympic Games in Rome, would end in a devastating defeat tonight in Las Vegas. Muhammad knew he could not win, but he knew he would hold out to the end. He looked at Holmes and thought, for an early victory, he will have to kill me. For the next half hour, Holmes dominated the ring, and finally Ali's coach, Angelo Dundee, decided to remove his boxer from the humiliating match. It was Holmes who became the first and only boxer to beat Ali early. In another part of the USA, in Albany, New York, a few friends gathered to watch this fight. Among them was 14-year-old Mike Tyson. Contrary to popular belief, his idol was not Ali, but Roberto Duran. Even so, for Tyson, Muhammad was a big hero. Michael Gerard Tyson was born in June 1966 in the Brownsville area of New York. His father was Purcell Tyson, but he left the family before Mike was born. Michael was the youngest child. He had an older sister, Denise, and an older brother, Rodney. In his early childhood, Tyson was very vulnerable. He was often picked on by other boys, including his older brother. He was too small to defend himself and often suffered because of this, coming home with bruises and no pocket money. His only outlet and passion, which continues still today, were the pigeons that Mike bred. It so happened that his love for raising pigeons finally enabled him to stand up for himself. This happened after a terrible incident when a bully tore off the head of one of the birds in front of Mike. The boy became so furious that he beat the bully and earned himself a reputation and the respect of everyone who saw it. From that moment on, Mike Tyson no longer allowed himself to be pushed around by anyone. Everyone feared his outbursts of anger. As he grew up, he no longer resembled that vulnerable black boy who was easily bullied. The 10-year-old Tyson fell in with a street gang known for robbery. Soon, the police became involved, and at the age of 13, Mike was placed in a reform school in upstate New York. Mike's desire to become a boxer appeared while he was in the reform school. He and other young men were taken to the assembly hall to watch the film The Greatest of All Time, about Muhammad Ali. After the end of the film, Muhammad himself appeared on the stage. He delivered a speech to the gathering of young men who listened, awestruck. After talking with Muhammad, Mike became interested in a sports career. Even at this point, he emerged victorious from any fight. Tyson told physical education teacher Bobby Stewart, a former boxer himself, about his desire. Stewart promised to train him on one condition, that Mike would concentrate on his studies and get control of his temper. Mike agreed, and changes for the better were not long in coming. Soon, Stewart's most successful student, Mike Tyson, outgrew his teacher. To continue to improve the talent of the young athlete, Bobby sent Mike to another coach. This coach was the famous Cus D'Amato. After the death of Tyson's mother, he took custody of Mike and practically adopted him, taking him to live in his house. The morning after Ali's fight with Holmes, Tyson's coach, Cus D'Amato, spoke on the phone with Muhammad in the presence of his ward. "How did you let this amateur beat you?" "He's just an amateur, Muhammad." "Why did you let the amateur beat you up like that?" shouted D'Amato. Then he made a fateful promise. "I have a young man with me," D'Amato said. "He's still a boy, but will be the world heavyweight champion. His name is Mike Tyson. Please talk to him, Muhammad. I want you to tell him to listen to me." And D'Amato handed Mike the phone. Ali told Tyson, "I am very sorry that this happened. I took some medicine that makes me weak, so Holmes beat me. I'll get well and beat Holmes." But Tyson replied, "Don't worry, champion. When I grow up, I will avenge you. It's an honor for me." A few years later, when Tyson started his professional career, D'Amato set a goal for him to take the champion title from Holmes.
Not only has a very hard. Again. Who's the last guy to stop? Time. Very good. Time.
Unfortunately, D'Amato did not live to see this victory. He died in 1985. At the funeral procession, Mike was one of the pallbearers, holding back tears with the last of his strength. Returning home, Mike sobbed again. But Tyson remembered the training that Cuss passed on to him, hitting with his right immediately after the jab.
Yes, man, I'm a little kid, so you're gonna be the world champ.
It's interesting, Mike. You get emotional when you talk about Cuss. But you've said Cuss didn't like it when you showed emotion.
Oh, yeah, like...
Why didn't he want you to show emotion? Did he equate it with weakness?
I don't know what it is.
You okay?
How could I ever do anything about something like I start crying? Yeah, this guy knows. I didn't know I was the one.
Well, you were a specimen.
Things ain't going to have to be a fighter. Yeah, it's talking about my character.
In 1986, Tyson defeated Trevor Burbank to become the youngest world champion at 20 years old. After the fight, Mike said, "I dedicate this victory to my coach." Now Cuss smiles in heaven and says to other boxers, "This is my boy." Despite the loss of both his mother and his coach, Cus D'Amato, Mike Tyson refused to stop, sweeping away every obstacle in his path, proving to everyone that he was the best of the best. In 1988, Holmes had already suffered 2 defeats to Michael Spinks, but both were decided on points. No one had ever knocked out Holmes, and Larry himself did not believe that such a thing was possible.
I can say a lot of things, and it will get me into more trouble, and then I probably end up apologizing. I'm a champion. I think the world know it. And even though that they played the games on me the last fight, and they tried to play games on me this fight, I sacrificed. I went through what I had to go through to get the fight. It wasn't the money or anything. It was just to try to get my dignity back for the fans around the world. And
before the fight, he said, "I will go down in boxing history as a winner." As for Mike Tyson, he will enter as a loser and a son of a bitch. If he happens to win this battle, then in the future, he will destroy himself. January 22nd, 1988, at the Convention Center in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Don King arranged this long-awaited fight between Mike Tyson and Larry Holmes. Hundreds of thousands of spectators came to watch. Even in the locker room before entering the ring, Tyson wanted to wipe Holmes off the face of the earth. He punched a hole in the wall. Mike wanted to do the same with Holmes.
And right in front of him, Michael Spinks.
And here, of course, perhaps the most familiar face, present company included, I think. It's funny, and he has to get set to be able to punch. But Kevin Rooney says that Mike Tyson definitely has a lot of head movement, and you can't just punch him.
Mike Tyson used to be in front of you, but now Kevin Rooney has him different angles. He's slipping and sliding, and all those methods of training has paid off.
Larry Holmes now in the ring, and you might notice, too, there's no music, no fanfare for Mike Tyson.
Don't get exercise here, Ray. Let's not get overexcited. Won 48 in a row, of course, before he lost those 2 fights to Michael Spinks.
And speaking of all business, Mike Tyson 32-0 with the 28 knockouts. He fights about 4 times a year as champion. He is moving up.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Ali himself appeared in the ring.
Heavyweight champion of the world, Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali.
Approached Tyson and told him to win.
I know what I told you. I'm here to enforce my rules. I made my commands at all times. Any questions?
The bell sounded, and Tyson launched a hail of powerful blows on Holmes. He didn't leave any room for a counterattack from Holmes. I realized that I had collided with a machine that neither humans nor gods can stop, Holmes later said.
Can't survive long.
In those minutes, Tyson was the embodiment of boxing, as if this sport was invented exclusively for him.
He's standing flat-footed. He's an easy target for Mike Tyson. Larry got a sneaky right hand through there, but it didn't hurt Mike. Fortunately for Larry in his career, he's never been hurt. And I'm hoping that Mike comes right through. That's one of the best combinations that Larry's thrown. And it doesn't shift Mike at all. It doesn't even back him off. I love Larry Holmes as a fighter. Make no mistake about it. I actually hate to see him fighting Mike Tyson. I understand why, though. This is a business. He ties him up inside so Mike can't punish his body. There's a digging body shot, a bit on the low side. But 10 seconds to go, this is the 3rd round. And there's the bell ending the round. The right hand gets through, and the right left just at the bell. Watch for the right hand. Boom! See that spin the head? Now watch the bell. You'll see a left hook. Oh, right there. All right, here we go. Round 4. Bob Sheridan here at the Atlantic City Convention Center. You're watching Larry Holmes. Oh, look at this. Larry up on his toes using the jab. Swinging that left hand in front of him. Saves the Holmes with all. But watch out, Larry, for that right hand. Mike is extremely quick.
In the 4th round, the referee uttered the command, break, and Tyson realized that it was time to finish the fight. 2 seconds later, he threw out a combination that D'Amato had taught him, and Holmes fell.
Right hand! Down goes Larry Holmes! For one of the few times in his career, boy, oh boy, look at that! He was knocked down by Ernie Shavers, Mike Weaver. Ronaldo Snipes had him out with a heavier shot than that. But right now, Mike Tyson is in charge. He's the boss, and Larry's down for the 2nd time. There's no free knockdown rule, but Larry's in a heap of trouble here.
A minute later, Holmes made another mistake and was knocked out. stunning victory in the 4th round, Tyson approached Holmes and said, "You are a strong boxer, thanks." But Holmes only told him to go away. Later on, Tyson met Ali on a TV show, where they recalled interesting moments in the boxing ring. It was a win for Cuss, a win for Ali, and a win for Mike Tyson himself. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel and leave us a comment below. See you next time.